Saw a post recently from Shep that spoke about this idea of creating CX memories and winning and retaining customers in B2B and B2C by focusing on trying to create CX memories. It reminds me of the remembering self versus the experiencing self work that Daniel Kahneman did in the field of behavioral economics. I would take it a step further. I'd in fact argue that the only thing that does exist in CX is memories. And let me explain why. In Daniel Kahneman's work, he spoke about this idea of the experiencing self versus the remembering self. The experiencing self is very much in the moment. It's very much something that happens in the moment. And if you are to survey a customer right after they've had an experience, you are likely tapping into the experiencing self. But when a customer makes a decision in a week, a month, a year, based on which company they're likely to go with based on the experience they had, or if they're to reflect back on the experience that they had a week ago or a month ago with a brand, all of that experiencing self, the short term memory stuff is gone from their brains. They only have what's called the remembering self. And so these are moments of really high or really low experiences that happen in that experience. When you ask them to recall that experience, they'll only remember those highs and lows, not everything in between, which is what you would have captured if you surveyed them right after the experience. For CX teams, I would forget about the short term experience. And I would also say, think about what value you're getting from a survey that happens right after the experience. It's actually the remembering self that matters the most when they're reflecting back on that experience. So it's absolutely the memory CX or the remembering self that you need to focus on when it comes to designing experiences. And I think what you'll find is that if you take this out one step further, if you were to look across all of your journey touch points that you have as an organization with the customer, there will be one or two journey touch points that are far more correlated with commercial outcomes or even CX metric performance versus the rest. And that's because those are the touch points that really drive home that remembering self. They really drive home those moments of experience that have a long lasting impact on your customer.